Why did Israel attack Iranian nuclear facilities? That's some question, isn't it? Why did Israel attack a nuclear facility? Does that make sense to anyone? I'm not an expert in nuclear things, but surely if you attack a nuclear facility, radiation can go everywhere. Well, anyway, they did it. So, a quick disclaimer, we are about to watch real footage of a real war. If it's not your thing, don't watch the video any further. So, the Israelis attacked Iran. I'm going to say this is down to arrogance, hubris. I don't know where they got their information from, but they thought they could take out the Iranian government, their nuclear scientists, and various bits and bobs with ease. Right, let's watch a video. So, if war isn't your thing, I would leave now, right? I believe that was a hypersonic missile. Let's have a look at another one. This is an apartment block in Israel. Everything's been flattened. Beginning to look a bit like Gaza, isn't it? Right, so here's another one. To see this stuff, you really need a Telegram account. So that's it. Right, imagine we were all wiped out tomorrow, right? And we go back to having to spread information verbally. This stuff looks like something from the Bible, doesn't it? The sky's lighting up and fire and brimstone falling from the heavens. And here's another one. What's going on here? Oh, that was a quickie. Fire and brimstone coming from the heavens. And destroying the Holy Land. The Holy Land, think about that. Hard to get your head around, isn't it? So I think that's... The Israeli government have got the single best air defence systems that NATO can provide. Not only do they have, it's called the Iron Dome system, based in American stuff. The Americans have also got THAAD systems, THAAD, something high altitude air defence system. They're surrounded by the Aegis ships as well that can get data together. And none of it's working. So as I said about hubris and arrogance, that's a tower block. Look at the size of that explosion. No, it is like something from the Bible, isn't it? As I said about hubris and arrogance, for some reason, Israel's an American proxy, isn't it? It's like Scotland, it's an aircraft carrier that doesn't move, but the Americans believe their own propaganda. And now, like Ukraine, they're going to use Israel, which was always its job, to throw itself into the fight and get everybody wiped out. That's what I predict. The Yanks are going to run out of it. Well, I don't think the war started. Right, let's have a look at this one. I don't think the war's actually started. The Americans have sent 2 or 3 aircraft carriers out there. Britain's got an aircraft carrier as well. I'm glad to know my tax money is going to help bomb Gaza, Syria, Iran, and all the rest of it. Not as if there's anything in the UK that we could be spending money on. Is it? Not like where roads are falling to pieces, or we've been taking money from old age pensioners. So this is the biggest miscalculation in history, isn't it? The Americans believed their own propaganda, and now they're going to throw Israel under the bus. We're in the fog of war. We don't know what to believe and what not to believe. However, I've seen images of Haifa, Hiafa, Hiafa, supporting Israel. That's been destroyed. I think what's going to happen, how it's going to escalate, is when these aircraft carriers get here, the Americans are going to try to attack Iran directly. The British aircraft carrier, the Russian Federation knows Britain's up to its eyeballs in all the crap in Ukraine. I wouldn't be surprised if Russia sinks the British aircraft carrier for a laugh. Now that's what we've been there. Was that a joke? I wouldn't be surprised if the Russian Federation gave the Yemenis, the Houthis, weapons to destroy the British aircraft carrier, because everybody's had enough of this, haven't they? As for the American aircraft carrier battle groups, we've seen Ansar Allah, the Houthis, hunt the American Navy from the Red Sea. So the idea that America can fight Iran is just ridiculous. They'll not be able to do it. The nuclear option, if the Yanks, Israel's got hundreds of nuclear weapons, and this is all supposed to be about Iran not getting nuclear weapons. I think Israel's nuclear capabilities are the same as Britain's. Their weapon systems are owned by America. It's only America that can fire them. If Israel fires a nuclear weapon at Iran or a barrage of them, I don't think Israel is going to exist. I think the Iranians will vaporise it. So what a position to be at. What's my advice for Israelis? You need to get rid of Benjamin Netanyahu. The guy has wrecked your country, he's wrecked your country's economy, he's wrecked your country's reputation. Throw him in the bin. What's my advice to the Iranians? If you don't demilitarize Israel, this will go on for the rest of your history. The Persians, they can take their history back 5,000 years, and they're very, very patient people. However, America is not a good faith actor. You can't negotiate with them. You obviously can't negotiate with Netanyahu, Aegis, Keir Starmer, and all the European leaders. They're all in the pockets of the Yanks and the Israelis, aren't they? So I hate to say it, but if I was Iranian, I would make sure that Israel would never have the capacity to attack you again in this history. So that's about the most miserable upload I've ever done. Another war for America. Oh, right, wait a minute. Let's have a look at one last thing, right? So I think it is going to escalate, right? That's the Strait of Hormuz between Iran and I think that's Oman down there. The Yanks are going to bring in the aircraft carriers. They're going to try firing into Iran. The Russians will probably help in the Red Sea. There's Yemen. That's the Bab al-Mandab Strait. Now, we're already getting our economies crippled because the Americans blew up the Nord Stream pipeline, started a war in Europe. And now all our produce can't go through the Suez Canal. It's got to go around Africa to get into Europe. They've done some number on us. When this escalates, and it's going to escalate, the sensible thing for the Iranians to do is to close off the Strait of Hormuz and ask their Yemeni pals to close off the Bab el Mandeb Strait there as well. That's 30% of the world's oil supply scuppered. And that's European trade done in. So the amount of hard power and soft power the Iranians have got is just mind bending. Good news for Scotland is being an oil producing country. If an oil hits to $300 a barrel, we'll be making a fortune, right? All right, right? Know how it works, is it? Anyway, I should have done a Happy Father's Day video yesterday. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Can't you wait to get your economy crippled? Well, here's the very, very last thing. Most of Iran's oil goes to China. So I think the attack on Iran, the Americans have done Europe in. That's over. Between starting a war and crippling their energy supply. Now the Americans are trying to cripple China by starting a war and crippling China's energy supply. See what's happening? Am I going nuts? Does anybody else think the way I think? I don't know, but it's time for Scotland to tell the Brits, the Europeans, the Americans, and everybody else to get out of our country and get away from this madness before we get dragged into a world war. Right, thanks for watching. Bye.